Time's running out, folks. It's all going down and we should stock up today. To prepare and to panic are two very different things, right? In fact, if you're prepared, then you're saving yourself from feeling a panic during a stressful situation, right? Now think about a scenario where there's a shortage with medicine. How would that affect you? How about a shortage of food? Like what if food banks could no longer keep up with the demand? And what about a scenario where, if you go to Kroger, Walmart, Target, or any grocery store for that matter, what would you do? What would you say? How would you feel if there were no food on the shelves? And what about a scenario where they take our bank accounts? What if theft became normal? And what if the White House kept very important information hidden from the American public? Now, with all those different factors put together, think of what it can do to you and to your household. And I want you to now realize that these scenarios aren't just possible. Some of these things are actually already happening. Now, I don't want you guys to wait in suspense any longer. Let's go ahead and jump right into the facts. But for the very best way to invest in gold or silver, check out the links in the description down below this video. So times are changing, folks, and if you think otherwise, then you might want to watch this video to the end because I'm going to be showing you guys, in fact, I'm going to prove to you without a shadow of a doubt that this is not the United States of America that many of us grew up in. Now, let's just start off with the thefts that continue to impact over businesses. Now, check this out. So a Target in downtown San Francisco, and this is according to their own employees, is getting robbed 10 times a day. And don't be surprised just yet because another employee who chose to stay anonymous says that this isn't even close to the right number. They're saying that a theft occurs every 10 minutes. Now think about that for a second. And mind you, these employees, they had to stay anonymous because they said management didn't give them permission to talk to the press.
And a security expert tells us employees should not try to turn the tide themselves.
We've seen the smash and grab videos and how quickly they can turn violent. Just in San Francisco, police records show close to 2,900 shopliftings were reported last year. That's way up from 2020, when shopliftings actually decreased by 34%. But the crime rebounded in 2021, with shoplifting reports going back up 15% from pre-pandemic levels. Under current state law, shoplifting merchandise valued under $950 is considered a misdemeanor and often not investigated.
They basically opened the gates to theft, and you are seeing that in stores that are closing, chains that are lowering the number of stores under the guise of financial constraints.
Now, if this is the stuff that we're learning about through insider information, how much more would we know if retailers like Target and Walmart actually gave their employees the freedom to speak freely about the truth? A spokesperson from Target said this about the recent wave of crimes in their stores. Quote, "Retail crime is an urgent issue that is increasingly impacting the team and guests at Target and other retailers. It's an important issue that affects all of us, limiting product availability, creating a less convenient shopping experience, and most importantly, putting our team and guests in harm's way." Now, one employee said that they understand why these people were doing this, especially when you find out that some of these big items stolen are beverages and food, meaning that they need these items just to survive. But at what cost to others, right? Now, you would have to think that they have to offset these losses onto the paying customers, or much like Walmart, completely close their stores in different areas. Now, this can't be good for these communities, certainly not for the employees, and definitely not for the paying customers. So let's not forget about the food banks, right? So food banks, they have to have these options because the demand for them continues to go up. Matt Habash, CEO of Mid-Ohio Food Collective, serves 20 counties across central Ohio, and he's saying that they're running 47% higher compared to last year, and that he's surprised as he expected demand to die down after the health crisis. A 47% spike within a year? That's crazy. And Habash says that this scares him to death, and honestly, it does the same to me, because some of the people frequenting these food banks now actually have jobs, but they're at a point where their wages just cannot keep up with inflation. And if you wanted to know what's going up, that would be layoffs. The numbers are so bad that even the Federal Reserve is predicting that at least 1 million Americans will lose their jobs soon. And since they always try to sugarcoat whatever they tell us, can you imagine just how many layoffs we're actually talking about here? With banks tightening credit, businesses aren't going to gain access to money that they need to help their business operations going. And this also means cuts to their workforce, or for some, there's going to be bankruptcy. Now, the Federal Reserve's most recent predictions show that unemployment could rise to 4.6% by the end of the year. And just to confirm, it's at 3.5% right now. But, and again, this is how they operate. They usually try and give us better numbers compared to what's actually going to happen. I mean, do you guys really believe that inflation is at what, 5 to 6% right now. Just go ahead and take a quick grocery run and you guys let me know if that's the right number. Now, speaking of numbers, let's talk about your stocks at home. Now, I'm not talking about the stocks in the stock market. That would be a cheesy joke. I'm talking about how much food, water, canned goods, cash reserves, and medicine. Like, how are you dealing with all that? Now, just to shift gears for a little bit, because this reminds me of a problem that my friend had before. So she went out grocery shopping and, we're sometimes used to just picking out stuff, and that's what she did. Didn't think too much about it, and got her usual haul for her and her family. Now, a couple weeks go by and she checks the peanut butter, and she got Jif, by the way. And as it turns out, she bought like 4 jars that had to be thrown out as they were part of recalls that Jif had to do last year. There was a reimbursement program for it, but think about the time wasted. And that's why I always check the expiration on stuff that I buy. I always try and stay updated with whatever's happening when it comes to food, because we don't need to be wasting money at this point. All right, so back to my original point, right? Were you aware that the White House has a secret team that's talking about ways to solve the shortage that we have on medicine? Now, I know what you're thinking. A secret team to do what now? I know, even I was surprised. But it says it right here. Quote, the Biden administration has quietly assembled a team to address chronic problems hurting America's drug supply. Since the beginning of the year, a group of White House officials have been meeting frequently to increase the availability and quality of medications, according to several people familiar with the matter. The effort has intensified as Americans struggle to find common drugs like antibiotics and amid high-profile safety lapses like deadly eye drops, end quote. As it turns out, relying on these other countries for our medicine isn't that great of an idea, especially if we continue to fight in a proxy war. So you also got to worry that more of these aren't being manufactured right here at home, meaning that one wrong move with an international partner, this could result in these shortages to become even worse. And as if things couldn't get any worse for us, more experts are saying that our governments may restrict our right to pull money out of our own bank accounts. Now, you got to think that this is like crazy talk, right? But for those of you who know their history, do you guys remember the Gold Reserve Act of 1934? This was signed by President Franklin D. Roosevelt, and under it, the ownership of all monetary gold, which included coins and bullion held by institutions, the Federal Reserve, and even individuals in our country, was transferred to the U.S. Treasury. People couldn't do anything. Now, just imagine the panic that's creeping in our systems. Just how desperate will our government be? Or some might say that things are just going according to plan because it's easier to achieve control that way. But again, the last say goes to you guys. But let me know what you guys think down in the comments. It's like every day I come online, there's a lot of negativity, and I try and not end my videos in that same light, since I know that just like in most things in life, debt and financial struggles, they have an end. Whether it's credit card bills, car payments, mortgages, rent payments, or even something as simple as a phone plan, a phone bill. With proper planning and a good cash flow budget, we could make it through. But how do we get to a point where we make more money than we spend? Have you ever considered starting a side hustle, a small business, a home-based business? Have you looked at different business ideas? The best business ideas for 2023. These are great ways of generating multiple streams of income. And there's also ways to make money in the stock market and also through investing in real estate. And some might say that they've already tried these methods and nothing seems to work. Well, if you guys want to learn more about this, feel free to drop me some comments down below. I'd love to create more videos and share with you guys what I've learned about these and how to make these things work. Financial freedom is still within reach. You just need to grab it. Now, before I go, do me a huge favor, guys. Drop a like for the video and share this video with a friend. Don't forget to subscribe for your daily dose of the truth. I appreciate you guys watching. Keep your heads up, and I'm gonna see you guys on the next one.